Okay, so this is how the form will look like. We just need to fill in the email address. So I'm gonna fill in my SST email. So my SST email is Jonathan underscore. I'm gonna click on Jonathan. Click on this and submit. So I have submitted. After I've submitted this, I need to check my email. So go to mail.google.com and yeah, it's already here. It will take a while. Sometimes it will take a bit of maybe a 5 seconds to send you the email. So maybe you need to refresh it. Now, so what we need to do is, mail. So I check this, and so 0 minutes ago it sends me home is where your heart is, and this is my fortune cookie. So this is the task that we are going to do. You're going to learn how to actually create a form, and after they fill in the form, it will send you this fortune cookie. Okay, so I've created a folder. Yeah, I created a folder called Fort Cook. You can create a folder by clicking on new, create a folder in my drive, and after that we'll create a new Google Sheet. Okay, then we will name the spreadsheet fortune cookie. Then sheet 1, okay, all the sheets are listed below. If there are hidden sheets, it will be shown here. We can click and show it, and this is where you add sheet. So change the sheet 1 to data, and this is where we are going to put in all the slips for the fortune cookie in the rows. Okay, so where do we get the data? You can key in manually, or we can actually get it online. So where can we get this online? You can Google for it if you know where to find it. Okay, I search GitHub, one of the place that has what I want. So there is this fortune cookies.txt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this. So I click on fortune cookies.txt, and I'm going to click on raw. Okay, so all this data I don't want to copy and paste it in. Instead, I want to keep referencing to this very file. So how do I do so? I click on raw, and it will give me this URL, and this is the text file that we are going to get. So we'll copy this, and I'm going to import this data into here. So I'm going to put equal import. Okay, there are many ways for you to import XML, import data. I like to use import data and import HTML to import tables. So I'm going to use import data, and double quotation mark, close it, then we will paste in the URL. Okay, maybe we will not do this first. Let me just okay, we need to be on A1. Okay, A1, make sure I'm on A1, select B, and press on Command Shift button and the right arrow. Okay, that will choose B to Z. So when we right click, we can delete column B to Z. Okay, I hate extra columns. So all this has been settled. We are going to delete away 2 to 1000. Command Shift down arrow and choose all of these. Right click, the row 2 to 1000. Okay, now we can start the import. Equal import. Okay, I'm going to use import data. So choose import data, enter, and double quotation mark, close. Okay, so when you open, you must close, and in the quotation mark, we'll paste in the URL and press enter. Then you start to load in the data. Okay, so once it has loaded in the data, this is how it looks like. Let's just open it up and look at all these. So open this up, open. I think maximum is up to C. Okay, so we will just check. Okay, so there are a total of 250. Okay, 250. I'm going to just delete the remaining. Delete. Okay, and I'm going to delete E to M. Okay, I'm going to try and delete this. Delete column E to M. Yes. Okay, I can delete this, so I leave one column. And what I'm going to do is, why is it that there are extra fields? Because it's treating it like a comma separated value. It is actually removing a comma and putting it onto another column. So when you look at this, we look at how dark is dark, how wide is wide. Let's just look for it. How dark is dark. So you see that here, how dark is dark, how wide is wide, there's a comma. So when it sees a comma, it will put it on a separate column. So we want to put back the comma into the data. So how can we do so? We just need to say equal to text join. Okay, text join combines text together. You can choose a delimiter. That means for every single text that we are going to combine, in between you put a comma. So I'm going to say put a comma and a space, and then put the colon and comma. And the next part from this example, you can see that ignore empty. Do we want to ignore empty? This we will use true, because not all the column B have data, not all the column C have data. So we put true, comma, and this is where we can select our text. So I'm going to select A1 to C1 and put a bracket, enter, and we expand out. So this is how it will look like for A1 to C1. Now how can we apply the formula throughout all the rows? So very simple, we just need to look at this square box at the corner here. We just need to hover to there, double click on the square box, the blue square box, double click on it, and it will actually populate the columns. Okay, so we'll populate all the column, and you will see that for these, how dark is dark, how wide is wide. Now it has been formatted as how dark is dark, comma, space, how wide is wide. And then from here, we is also combined together. Make all you can, save all you can, give all you can. So this is the column that we are going to use. The A, B, and C, we are not going to use them. So what we can do is we are going to just we are just going to hide it. Okay, let's just hide it. Okay, so we are just going to use column D. Okay, so so that is our data setted. This is where we are going to pull out random slips from here and send out as an email. Okay, so this is settled. We are going to create a new form. So Google form, and okay, so it will appear like this. We don't need this field. Okay, we don't need this field. We just need to have just need to fill in this. So I'm going to call this calorie. Don't need. Just call it fortune cookie. It's calorie free. No need you to munch or anything. So fortune cookie. Okay, I'm just gonna call it fortune cookie, and in the settings we will want to collect email address. We don't need to restrict it to SST only. We can let anybody fill in this form. So just collect email address and save, and we are going to just click on the untitled form and it will intelligently fill in this part. Okay, now we are going to preview. This is the preview button for the form. Okay, these are settings. We don't really need to use any of these yet. Then this for the theme. Later we are going to change the theme, but we are going to preview it first. So click on preview, and this is how it actually looks like. Okay, so we just need it to, let's just give some description. What did I put for the previous form? Bit.ly slash, okay, I can't remember. I'm going to here. Okay, bit.ly fortune cookie. Okay, so previously I put submit for your fortune to be told. And I'm going to say submit for your fortune to be told. Okay, so like this, and so preview it again. So now it looks like this. Next, we are going to say click on the settings in the presentation, confirmation message. So we want, when they have submitted it, we want to give a confirmation message. We want them to know that they need to check their email. So we'll say check your email. Okay, and show link to submit, and our response. Okay, just save. Okay, then we will give it a customized theme. I think I want to give it a red color, okay, auspicious color. And we are going to put in a banner. You can search for a banner that is suitable. I have already downloaded a banner, so I'm going to choose image, upload photo, and I'm going to upload this cookie. So I'm going to just drag and drop this in. Okay, and I'm going to expand it out. And I'm going to adjust it to here. I think it's good. Okay, select. And okay, that will be my banner. And I'm going to preview it again. Okay, so now it looks like this. Next, before we submit, we need to go to responses. Now, in the responses, we will want to set a destination for the results. So whatever that is submitted, it will be actually captured into a spreadsheet. So we click on create spreadsheet, but we are not going to create a new spreadsheet. Instead, we are going to select existing spreadsheet, which is the fortune cookie that we created. So select it and wait for it to load. Okay, so I see the fortune cookie, so I'm going to click on this. This is the last modified, which is probably the one that I'm using. So select, and there we have our, I'm going to close this because it's a duplicate. So now we have our form responses one and our data. So this is where the data will be stored. I'm going to delete the extra D to H first. Okay, I'm going to delete these two, delete column D to H. I don't think I'm going to use, I'm just going to delete 3 to 101, delete row. Okay, so leaving it like this first. So I'm going to, what we are going to do now is we're going to fill in our email address. Okay, so pre-fill entry into this. So just click on preview, okay, and this is actually the link for the form. So when we submit anything, it's actually captured. So I'm going to choose my email and I'm going to submit it. Okay, so that's the confirmation message. Check your email. At this juncture, I don't really need to check my email. I just need to check that my data has been captured. So yes, my data has been captured. What I want to say here, this is where we will generate out the cookie. I'm going to say I'm going to call this cookie. Okay, and okay, so the cookie, we are going to pull out a random data from here. So we will say equal index reference. I'm going to reference to column D. Okay, comma, then they will ask for a row and column. So the row will be a random row. It can be row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So how can we choose a random row? We will use a formula called ran between. So just click on ran between and random row, random between, lowest is 1, row 1, the first row, 2, the last row. So we are not going to count all the rows. I know that it can be 250. I can key in 250, but I'm not going to key in 250 because I may want to add in more slips in. So I don't want to keep having to change this number. So instead, I'm going to use a formula to count this. So I'm going to use count A. Okay, count A actually just means count all. Okay, number of values in the data set. This simply counts numeric values. This just counts the number of rows that's been filled. So count A, choose count A, and we are going to say count A data D to D. Okay, so it will take the total amount of rows. So it will give me 250. So 1 to 250. Close the bracket. Okay, so this is for index, which row, which column. Okay, and we are going to put another close bracket here and enter. So it will actually generate a random code from here. So if I change this, no, I'm not going to change. I'm just going to maybe refresh. If I refresh this, you see that it will change. If I refresh again, it will change. So this is the formula to actually get a random cookie slip. Okay, so now that I'm able to get a random cookie slip, I want to be able to make sure that every single submission I will get a random cookie slip. Okay, so I will need to use something called an add-on. There are many types of add-on. Today I'm going to use this add-on called copy down. Okay, this you will need to install it. So you can click on get add-on, and I want you to search for copy down. Just type in copy down. Okay, copy down. So I install it. You just need to install it and wait patiently for it to be installed. Okay, just click on install, and after you are done installing, there will be some message pop up. So it will take maybe a minute or two to install. Please wait patiently for it to install. Once it's installed, you click on add-ons, copy down settings. If you see copy down setting, that means the installation is complete. So copy down settings. So this will pop up, and we just need to switch on, and it will detect the second row for formula. So formula row 2, okay, there. So it will be able to copy this formula down to the next row. So we just need to check on this paste as value and save settings. So when it copy down, it will just paste in the value only. It will not be a formula for the other rows. So I'm going to save settings, and I'm going to delete these two. I'm not going to need this information, and I'm going to go to fortune cookie. I'm going to close these. I will just just going to clear out all these responses. So go to delete all responses to clear all responses. Okay, so responses has been cleared. So done. Next, so when you submit a form, it will auto generate a cookie. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. We can close this. Okay, so what we want to do next is that we want to send the email to the person. So what we need to do next is to add an add-on. This time around we need to install this Formule. So you need to go and get add-on and install Formule email merge utility. Same thing, it will take maybe 2-3 minutes for it to install. So once it's installed, please wait patiently. Once it's installed, you will see this, and we just need to launch. Okay, so we launch this, and there will be a menu like this for us to choose. So we want to choose where the information is. So the information is all on the form responses one, and we want to have a form trigger. So when a form is submitted, it will auto send out a email to the person. So on this, and we don't need to check on this. Okay, these are optional in case we need to let people edit. So we don't need people to edit their responses. We are not going to let them have this. So we just need to go to next template, send condition. Now, depending on how many emails you are intending to send a person, you need to generate you choose from here how many emails you need to send, and the template name, you decide on the template name. I'm just going to stick with template 1. Send condition, it can be sent based on certain conditions, but we are not going to set any conditions for this. It's simply just you submit a form, I'm going to email you. So template 1, we are just going to leave it for send for all rows and save template settings. Okay, next we will go and edit templates. Okay, so in this template we will need to fill in the field. So you can see that there's this email, or you can click on this email address. Okay, it will fill in the email for you. I think click on email address instead. Okay, so just click on it and fill in. No reply, just click on no reply. That is the auto fill for Chrome. So don't use it. Use like for this, use this merge tags. Okay, the merge tag is important. We need to use the right merge tag. So to email address, the persons who submitted the form, the email address, we are going to send it to them. Reply to, we are not going to let them see our email, so we put no reply. And the subject, we are going to give it a subject. We are going to say your fortune cookie. And the body, we are going to use the cookie. So later we are going to generate this cookie. But before we do this, we want to look at this HTML friendly. Okay, click on HTML friendly, and you'll see that it actually uses HTML. And what we want to see is we want to use heading, or maybe formatting style. Okay, so it uses HTML. You can try and use all these to help you with creating the sleep. So for the previous one, I'm going to stick with my previous one. So I use HTML colors. Okay, HTML colors, and this is there are 140 standard color names. I'm going to use these. So I'm going to choose something that is a paper color, so I'm going to stick with blonde almond later. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this example, and I'm going to paste it in here. So I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to preview. Okay, click on preview this. Okay, the preview it's not really accurate. Actually, it looks much better, but the color is the same. So you just need to go back to edit. The color, instead of Dodger blue, I'm going to change it. I'm going to use this blonde almond. Looks more like paper to me. So use this, paste, and instead of hello world, select hello world. Make sure you select the text hello world, and then we are going to put the crocodile mouth. Okay, so crocodile mouth like this. Okay, and in between the crocodile mouth, okay, so we put in like this, and in between the crocodile mouth, okay, we are going to type in this text cookie. So we are not going to click it in. I think we will just fill in cookie, and now we are going to preview it. Okay, preview this, and there, show us how it will look like. Okay, so good, I like it. I'm going to save it. So it's saved, and it's auto save. So what we are going to do is we are going to close this. Okay, so now it will copy and it will send out in status. So we are going to test out our form. I'm going to open up my mail. Okay, and I'm going to send in a response. So I'm going to type in my email, submit. And what happened is that it is captured, and it will generate out. You see that it generate out these, and then it has sent the email to my email, and now we see that is in my mailbox. No reply, your fortune cookie. Click on it, and this is my fortune photo. So accept the challenges so that you may feel the acceleration of victory. Yeah! So I have my victory. I'm going to you can, so this is how you can do it. You can play around with the data. Okay, play around with the data and try out different things to send out. So this for fortune cookie. Thank you for listening.